Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Mikkel and I'm from the podcast Intuitively Unapologetic. So you guys, today I have my notes beside me because I want to stay on track, not go off a tangent, and just make sure I'm hitting the key points in which that I need to talk about. And so you guys, in my last video I did give you a tutorial over a practice that is done within Hoodoo. And so today I'm coming back with another video like that. So this particular video is a protection tutorial that is done within Hoodoo, and it is also a traditional practice that is done within Hoodoo. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to create your own protective amulet using a mercury dime, which is technically a silver dime, and so you can better have another way of protecting yourself. And so before I get into anything, I want to say that protection, especially along your spiritual journey, is so important. You always want to make sure that you are protected, and you also want to make sure that you know different ways of protecting yourself, because there's so many ways of protecting yourself. You want to make sure that you're protected spiritually as well as physically. And unfortunately, there are people out there, there are spirits out there that doesn't necessarily have your best interest. And you know, when you're going on your spiritual journey, I will say you know, there's no way you're gonna go along your journey and not be tested at one point. And I can say, just for myself, I have been in a situation where, you know, things were sent my way, and thank God I knew how to protect myself, and I knew that I was protected. And so this video is that's really why I'm doing this video, just so I can give the viewers out there just another way of them being able to protect themselves spiritually. So let's just go over what we're going to be using. So what we're going to be using is a red string, and I'm going to go over later why you want to use a red string. And so basically I'm going to be using hemp cord, because hemp cord is very durable, it's very strong in comparison to other strings. And so if you wanted any recommendations on what type of red string to get, that's the red string that I'll be using in this video. You'll also want a silver dime, and this is also known as a mercury dime within Hoodoo. And I will say, a silver dime and the regular dime that we have today is not the same thing. And so the difference between them is that the composition one is different, and that these dimes, the mercury dimes, aren't being produced today, if that makes sense. I think these dimes were produced from like 1915 to like the early 1940s. I'm not sure on the exact dates, but guys, they're not being produced anymore. And so you have to go online or go to someone who sells these. They are rare. Thankfully, they're not very expensive when purchasing online. Like I said, they are rare. And so if you do practice Hoodoo, I do recommend just not even just buying one for yourself, but maybe buying a couple just to pass on down to generations and to people within your family that practice Hoodoo as well, because like I said, they're rare. Let's just go over mercury dimes. So you guys, this is how the mercury dime looks. And so as you can see, this mercury dime is different from the dime that you see today. This is obviously a woman versus a man that is on the dime that you see today. So mercury dimes, you guys, even though this video is over protection, I want to say mercury dimes can be used in various ways within the Hoodoo practice. It doesn't have to be used with protection. So if you're trying to draw in luck, or you're trying to draw in money, when you're doing certain candle spells, mercury dimes can be used. When you're making certain gree bags for luck or for money, mercury dimes can be used. If you're going to the casino, they can be worn on you for good luck. Some people put it in their shoe. Also, going to the graveyard, and you know, when you get graveyard dirt, you have to give an offering. Mercury dimes can be used. And so it's not just for protection. When it does come to your protection, basically the composition of this dime interacts with certain powders that people lay down. And so, like I said, if I didn't mention it, you're going to be wearing this around your left ankle. And you guys, just a side note, whenever negative things are sent your way, whenever negative energy is coming in your way, it's always coming in from the left, which is why this amulet is worn on your left side. And so the composition of the mercury dime basically interacts with the things that are laid down when it comes to people trying to jinx you and hex you with you walking over certain things. And so certain powders have sulfur in it and it just interacts with that coin, which makes the coin black. And so when that happens, basically you know, like, hey, whatever that was sent my way, it didn't go through because this coin is black. And so from there, you can still reuse the coin. I would just cleanse it and I would wash it off and cleanse it. Also in Hoodoo tradition, you know, some people wear the diamond around their neck, so when someone tries to put stuff in their food, sometimes people also put, if they're like trying somebody's food, sometimes they put the dime under their tongue with the food on top to see if it interacts, to see if, you know, this person again tried to harm them with food. So basically the mercury dime has a lot of benefits and it's very useful when it comes to protection. So now we're going to get to our red string. Like I said, I'm using hemp cord. Red string in Hoodoo, and not just in Hoodoo but in different like traditions and practices and religions, red string symbolizes protection. Okay, so it protects you from negative energy, negative things that your way. Sometimes when doing certain protection things with candles, red string is used. So the red string does have significance. So that's why it's traditionally red string is used, and so I would recommend using a red string. If you don't have it, you know, that's fine, but traditionally, you know, that is what is used, so that is why I have it. Didn't mention it, you guys, but you'll also need a metal plier, and I'm going to show you guys, like I said, I'm going to do a tutorial on how to actually do all of this in a little bit. But you want to have this. If you don't have this, you want to drill in a hole in your dime. I don't have a drill. I have these though, and these work. You know, you have to kind of work around it because the thickness of it, these are used for like soft metals, so it is kind of thick. But if you go back and forth, which I'll show you guys, you'll be able to get a hole within that dime and not have to use a drill. But if you are using a drill, I just caution you to be safe and to make sure that you are putting the dime over something like that is hard. You know, don't put it over your furniture, don't put it on your floor and do it. You know, you want to put it over something that is hard, like something very hard. So be careful with that. And so now let's get into how to make this. Okay, you guys, so make sure y'all can see me. Is my knees ashy? No, my knees ain't ashy. Okay. So basically what I want to do is get the string, and I want to measure it out. And you want to make sure that you have enough string to like move around, because you don't want to cut off your circulation. Okay, you don't want it to be too tight, but you still want it to be enough. So just cut off enough. It's better to cut off more than not enough. You can always resize it later. So now we have our string. So we have our mercury dime. Let me scoot up a little bit. We have our mercury dime. I'm gonna go where her head is. Like I said, you're gonna have, like I said, these metal pliers, they're used for stuff from things. But I'll probably put a description. I'll probably put where you can get these pliers in the description, you guys. I will do that. So I'm just gonna press hard as I can. Obviously it's not gonna go through, but as you can see, it made a knot on the back. It made a knot in the back. So you want to go on the back where that knot is and try to see if it'll go through. Then you have to go back and forth with it. So you turn the coin over and go on the back. It's probably much simpler to drill it, but like I said, I don't have one. Go as hard as you can. Sorry y'all, I couldn't even see. Okay, still didn't go through, and that's fine. We're gonna go back again to the front and see if it'll go through that time. Trying to be okay. Ugh. Okay, it did it. It got through, you guys. So I got it through. I had to adjust it a little bit, like make a bigger hole, but I did it. The first time I made these, you guys, I actually had my dad drill it for me. So now that we have it around our ankle, we're just gonna now tie it. And like I said, you want to make sure that you give yourself leg room. So I think that's enough leg room. And I like to just quadruple try it. I like to quadruple tie it, my bad. Just to make sure it don't come loose. Hexa tie it, I don't know. Okay, and then I'm just gonna cut the excess string. Not a lot of it, just enough to where it doesn't look noticeable. And there you go, you guys. Your own amulet of protection against people that lay tricks. And I shower with it, you know, I just keep it on always. So yeah, that's the video for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video, and thank you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.